Doesn't all this food look great? I really wish I could try some, but one problem, I can't cook. That's why I'm going to cosplay as someone who can and try some
One Piece pirate recipes by
Sanji, you're thinking cooker and a looker, right?
Today we're gonna be trying some meat on the bone.
I know I'm in my 4Kids Sanji cosplay, guys, but you know what? Close enough, okay? I don't want to light a cigarette in my house, so I'm using a lollipop. So my friend Tori found this book at the Barnes & Noble and sent me a picture of it, and then I was like, I have to get it, and I have to try it as Sanji. And yeah, no, this book, if you look at like the author and stuff, it says that it's actually by the Sanji, no one else. No one else has credit for this, just Sanji does. And what better way to start than some meat on the bone?
Our captain's favorite. First thing we're gonna do is grab some chicken drumsticks from our refrigerator.
Alright guys, so we're gonna be grabbing our chicken and then going in and cutting it through the middle.
Be real careful and cut as close to the bone as you can.
Yep, that's one slice. Oh, this is so gross. Oh, there it is. That's a good slice. Oh, look at that Sanji slice. Right through the bosom. I love that.
Now that we're done slicing up our chicken, we're gonna be grabbing all the meat and making little tulips with them.
Guys, I really tried to slice this up as best as I can, but oh my god, this is so gross. Ew! I'm really trying.
Now we're flipping our meat right through the bone.
Oh no!
It's a bone. It's right there. That's the bone.
Gosh darn it, okay.
Time to work on the next one.
These two are really rough in the front.
Breadcrumb barrage. Breadcrumb barrage.
So we're just putting some breadcrumbs in a bowl. It's nothing all that crazy. Wow, I made a mess.
Pour yourself just a little bit of some milk.
I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs and soak it in 3 tablespoons of milk.
God damn.
We're just going to put that off to the side and move on to the next step. Now grab yourself some ground chicken.
Nice. I snagged some eggs from our last island, so this is perfect for our meat. If anyone dares to bother Nami, just know this egg is gonna end up like your head. Your head is gonna end up like this egg.
Man, I can't take that back. It's okay.
Adding some seasoning salt and a pinch of black pepper. That's not a pinch. Wow, I messed up there.
No! That's a lot of black pepper.
Mix it all together. Welcome to Sanji ASMR. Enjoy this one.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
Let's put in our breadcrumbs from before and just combine them all together. Let's add in some water.
Turning on our stove to the highest setting. Let's get some eggs ready.
Since our water's nice and hot, we're gonna add in the same amount of eggs that we have drumsticks.
6 eggs for 6 chicken wings. Okay, Google, how long do I keep eggs boiling for a hard-boiled egg?
Now after 15 minutes, we're gonna turn it off and start grabbing our eggs. Hey, Humpty Dumpty, why don't you chill out a little bit, eh? Pour just a little bit of olive oil into the cap. That'll be just enough to put right on our hands. Now we're gonna take our tulip from before, put an egg in it, grab some of this ground chicken and just cover it up. Time to make it look real pretty now.
Oh my goodness, I did not expect this ball of meat to be so big. I feel like I'm definitely starting on hard mode, guys. I don't even know how to bake a freaking lasagna. Look at that, beautiful. It's getting on my sleeves. Okay.
Look how pretty this one's gonna be. It's just sitting on top of our little meat flour. Guys, look at me. I'm just like the Marines, covering things up. Now we're gonna be setting our oven to 400.
Since our drumsticks are all assembled and the oven's preheated, time to pop them in for 15 to 20 minutes.
12 o'clock midnight.
Now the oven's yelling at us, let's turn it off. It's done. It's finally done. Wow, it is steaming.
Yo, we just got out of the I honestly didn't expect it to be this, like, huge. It looks like something a pirate used to eat. Time for the taste test. Okay, these, I did not expect them to be as huge as they are. But like, they're ginormous. They're like the size of my face. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is actually good. I actually cooked something. Oh my God, this cookbook was sent from the heavens. I just choked. I could have died. But you know, it's so good. This is the part that I choked on. I'll eat it again. I don't care. I started cooking at 9. At 9 p.m. It is 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
And I am tired. Time to go give this to Nami-swan.
Hey, gorgeous. You remember me, right? Any chance you're free Friday?
Hey, I hope you're still hungry for more, because this time you're gonna need a bento box, cause we're making some pirate box lunches. Yummy. It says here that it's a manga moment. The crew leaves for the oasis of Yuma in Alabasta, but soon Luffy's stomach is rumbling, and he orders one of Sanji's lunch pirate boxes. And of course, he can't have it without BB's permission. First things up is marinating our chicken. So we're bringing out this onion to get our marinade ready. The recipe only calls for 1 clove, so I'm just gonna take one of them out. But in this case, I seem to like a lot of garlic, so I think I'm actually gonna use 2 cloves. Crush in the garlic. We're gonna try and slice it up. Then we're gonna put it all into a mixing bowl. Now we're gonna throw back out our chicken and give it the Sanji slice. Look at all this meat. Wow! Nice and tender, just the way I like it. Ooh, chicken juice. Anyone care for some salmonella? Time to cut our chicken into little nuggets. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Pretty solid chunks, plus when they cook, they're only getting smaller. Remember that bowl? We're gonna put the chicken right back into it with our garlic. Time to season our marinade with a little bit of vegetable oil. Seems like the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add in some seasoning salt. Now this really packs a punch with flavor. A pinch of black pepper. It's never a pinch with me, is it? I got the smokehouse maple seasoning I think I want to add in there too. It adds a little sweet to the flavor. Time for my least favorite, some flour. I don't like it because it gets all over my soup. The recipe calls for a couple of tablespoons. Let's mix it all together and make a nice marinade for our chicken. I'll tell you now, it smells delish. Now we ought to pop in our refrigerator for 20 to 30 minutes. This pan reminds me a little bit of P. Diddy because we're gonna oil it up. But before we can cook our chicken, we gotta get ourselves a tray and slap our marinated pollo right on it. Flick the 1/4 cup of flour all over our chicken. Gently drop our chicken right here on the pan. Ooh, we just want to make sure not to do too big of a splash. Grab in a pot with some water and drop in some eggs in there. After 4 minutes, we start flipping our chicken. Now that it's flipped over, let's give it another 4 minutes. With our wire rack, we're gonna be putting our chicken all over it. That way we can drain all the oil from it. Are y'all ready for Sanji's sausage party? Cause I am. Time for us to start our spaghetti. For our spaghetti, we're gonna grab some olive oil. Put some of this guy in the pot. Salt your spaghetti water like the East Blue. Now that our sausages are nice and crispy, we're gonna be putting it away and straining that oil from them. Nami likes her meat a little bit black. Now we're gonna add our spaghetti to the pot. You can never have too much spaghetti for the crew, you know. Stirring up our spaghetti. Time to drain the spaghetti. It feels ready. Well, that's cooler. Let's make some sauce for spaghetti by grabbing some garlic, spread it, and putting that in the pan. Now let's add some of our spaghetti to this garlic spread. Help that melt. And our last step is to grate our tomatoes. Grab a tomato and give it the old Sanji shave.
Go! Shave! Shave! Tomato shave! Yeah! Make me some spaghetti! Yeah! With the tomato! That's what we're doing right now! Yeah! Very repetitive.
Now that I've graded this tomato, I wonder what score I'll get. Is it an A, is it a B, or is it a T? Let's toss up pasta. Okay, no, I don't know. Toss up pasta. I'm just gonna mix it. Time to mix it all together. And that's what it's all about. I feel like it's a little bland, so I'm throwing in some marinara. Whoa, boy. A little bit of marinara never hurt nobody. Unless you got a tomato allergy. Now it's time I put this all together. Finally, our hard work have paid off because we got our pirate lunchbox. But this is the first time I'm using it, and I've actually owned this for
About 7 years, and I think this is the first time I'm actually using it. So let's go.
Let's experience this meal the way a pirate should by taking off the top and grabbing our chopsticks. And when we open up our first layer, we got all our protein. Let's see how one of our little sausages turned out. Nami also calls me that, but we don't have to talk about it. Whoa, that was pretty good. It tastes like it came straight out of a grill. They don't call them little smokes for nothing. Time to try some chicken. Whoa! Hey, hey, hey! This tastes great, great, great! So yummy! Luffy better love this one. Hey guys, between just you and I especially, don't tell Martin I'm trying bottom. I mean the bottom of this bento box. I'm trying the spaghetti, okay? I'm trying the spaghetti. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my god, this tastes better than Olive Garden. Great spaghetti, I definitely recommend putting in some garlic spread. The original recipe called for some seaweed, but I don't really have that right now. I've just made it a little bit better in my opinion. A real chef knows how to improvise, and I say this spaghetti turned out great. I give this whole bento box a solid 7 out of 10. On to the next recipe.
Who am I cooking for? A dog and a cow? Meat and sprouts, huh? What a waste of my skill.
You guys want to get cozy? Well, I got the perfect meal for you. How about some late night campsite? You'll like to get cozy? Well, I got the perfect recipe for you. How about some Lakeside Campfire hot rock stew? Hey, that rhymes.
He's got a little too excited. Alright, I don't know if you guys are noticing as much as I am, but
Whoa.
get it together, man. Get it together!
Let me tell you something about the manga. They had this one in Skypiea. While undergoing the survival game of Skypiea, the crew eats a stew packed with meat and veggies, adding hot rocks to the stew to ensure its ingredients get fully cooked. Now where am I gonna find some hot rocks? We got some pork shoulders, so we're gonna plop them down in our cotton board and sliver this meat into some bite-sized pieces.
times like these, I always have to tell myself that nothing's ever gonna come out the way I want it to. It's just going to come out to the best of my dang abilities. And with that, I hope you're able to do whatever you could do to the best of your abilities, because I'm trying my freaking best. I'm not much of a cook, but
whenever I get into my Sanji cosplay, I feel like I could do just about anything. My aura feels infinitely higher. Grab a tray outlined with some tin foil because no one cleans around here. Put that pork on a pan. Snag in a salt container to give it a little bit of the Sanji salt. Can't go wrong with a little bit of black pepper. And finally, the recipe calls for some flour. They like to say I'm the master chef because I'm also a master mixer. And I ain't talking about the record players, I'm talking about my meat. Make sure your pork is nice and coated. I killed this pig back in Alabaster. Saved it for a special occasion. While I was doing all that, I got our Dutch oven nice and preheated. Slapping in a nice tablespoon of butter. Woo! That's sizzling! 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil! And lastly, our garlic for some flavor! We're pouring our pork in! And now we're gonna get that nice and brown! This smells so freaking bad! Now I see why vampires hate this stuff! Let's get ourselves 1 and 2 thirds of a cup of chicken broth! Smells yummy, actually. I drink this stuff for breakfast, if you ask me. I'ma give it to Luffy for his breakfast next time. Cereal and chicken broth. I hope you're hungry, Luffy. But before we can add the broth, I'm just flipping on my chicken.
I mean, this is pork.
We're gonna add another spoonful of butter. Pop that in there. Let that butter melt in there. For this recipe, I grabbed me some Josh. It's some red wine and I don't know, it just had a very ordinary name. Pour that whole bottle in there, yeah! Let's crank up the heat now, because we're getting serious. I bought this basil plant specifically for the occasion, grabbing some leaves from it, adding our leaves, and our chicken stock. Woohoo! This is gonna be a majority of the flavor for the stew. Using our sieve, we're gonna be pulling out all the ugly fat and junk in there. Look at that. Oh my god, it's just sticking in there. Get out some ketchup, shake it up, and give it your Sanji squoy! I don't know how much ketchup that was, but a little more wouldn't hurt anybody! Instead of hot rocks, we got some raisins. We'll be using half a handful. Our Dutch oven is gonna be simmering for about 40 to 30 minutes. We got this hot pan from some lunch I was cooking Luffy a couple hours ago. I like leaving my leftovers. Good for the immune system. I'm gonna be adding some vegetable oil right here to this pan. We're turning our power boiler to medium-high heat. Every dish needs a spoonful of butter. While that's sizzling, let's grab our mushrooms and onions and saute these guys. Now that our mushrooms and onions are nice and brown sauteed to perfection, we're gonna dump it in our soup.
20 minutes later.
At last, we're gonna try the biggest gamble of today's video, some hot rock stew. I say it's a gamble because of all the funny ingredients in it. It got some raisins, it got some ketchup. I don't know, I'm a little scared to try it. It smells pretty gross, especially when I first drop that wine in there. Alright, here's our mouthful. Oh my god. 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 That's amazing. It actually tastes pretty good. I did not expect it to taste this fire. But yo, like everything just goes so well together. And it's like such a cozy little dinner. Oh my god. Sanji, you genius. I know, am I right? I definitely know how to cook. They don't call me Master Chef for nothing. I mean, you know how to cook, but like, bro, you're on some wacky stuff when you told me to put some ketchup in there. For real. Why are you talking to yourself? Good question. Guys, this was really good. I'm gonna have to give this bad boy a 9 out of 10. Honestly. Freaking gas.
probably the best thing I could probably cook for myself to finish off the night. I'm not even gonna lie. That is going to sit right with me.
Remember, be smart, be cool.
Be sure to slap that like button and subscribe, or else I'm gonna get ya. Because hey, I've done all this work and you're gonna appreciate it, you know?